About this training. This is the first one that we've done together live, and so I'm just impressed at how many people we have that came tonight. You guys are awesome for being here because there are 1,000 other things that you could be doing tonight, and you decided to come here and be with us and join us. What?
Star Wars opening.
I know.
So you guys are dedicated to be here.
Yes. That is true dedication. My husband and sons are actually there right now. So, but yeah, there's lots of other things you could have chosen to do tonight, and you're here. So that shows your dedication to this, and it shows that you're going places in this business. So thank you all so much for coming, and hopefully you're going to go home feeling inspired and motivated that you can do this because you can. So Plexus is a network marketing business. Oh, I was going to introduce you guys. I'm sorry. I'm Brittany Howard, by the way. I'm a Ruby ambassador with Plexus. I'm a homeschooling mother of 5. I do this in between homeschooling, building a house, church, extracurricular activities. We're busy, but we're doing it. So if we can do this, anybody can do this. This is my good friend Fallon Black. She's an Emerald ambassador. And she's also a homeschooling mother of 5. Hey, Mr. Wren, come on in. Hey. You want to sit back there? Okay. So Fallon has 5 kids too. She homeschools, and she also has a very busy, crazy life, and she's doing it. So this is Tiffany. She's a senior Ruby ambassador. She has 2 pretty little girls, and she's a stay-at-home mom.
One on the way.
Oh, yeah, one on the way. The bun in the oven. Yeah, so we're excited for Tiffany. So Fallon has the best business testimony in all of Plexus. I am 100% convinced of that. And Tiffany has the best health testimony in all of Plexus. So you all have to get them to share those things with you sometime. But tonight we're going to teach you what you need to know to be successful in this business. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so Plexus is a network marketing company. And basically what that means is it's a little different than your traditional brick and mortar store where you go into the store and buy a product off the shelf. You can't buy these products off of the shelf somewhere. You have to go through an independent distributor, which we call ambassadors in Plexus, to get these products. And companies have choices. When they have an amazing product, they can choose how they want to promote that product. So why would a company choose a non-traditional method like network marketing? Well, companies know that word of mouth is the single most effective way to promote a product. It always has been. It always will be. We tend to talk about things that we love. Relationships are very, very powerful and influential. And we talk about things that we love because the things we love add value to our lives. And when we care about other people, we want to add value to their lives. So if something has added value to our lives, then we want to share that with others so that we can in turn add value to their lives. And companies know that. And so network marketing is very powerful for that reason. Also, we live in a very social economy. The internet has literally changed everything about the way we live. It's changed the way we buy food. It's changed the way we shop. It's changed the way we entertain ourselves. It's changed the way we do business. Social media gives us leverage. You can post one thing and hundreds, if not thousands, of people can see that in a matter of seconds. And so it's very, very powerful. You also, in network marketing, you can meet new people that you would otherwise never meet using social media and things like that. Also, companies have a choice. They can choose to invest in celebrity endorsements and big-name companies and corporations and things like that, or they can choose to invest in us and our success. So some companies choose to do that. One CEO of a network marketing company was asked, if your product is so good, why don't you put it on the shelves at Walmart? Why not sell it at Walmart? And he said, why would I want to help Walmart? Walmart's already successful. Why not help hardworking people like yourself? And so that is what our CEOs have chosen to do. Plexus is a network marketing. It's a very successful company, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So that is why some companies might choose the network marketing business model to get their product to the masses. Why would we choose to endeavor in a network marketing business? What's in it for us? Well, the most obvious reason and the reason that motivates most people is complete financial freedom that is totally attainable with this business model, and that is not totally attainable with most other careers that you would endeavor in. For example, you could spend years of your life getting an education, spending thousands of dollars on your education, and then, spend decades in a certain career field, pouring all of your time, energy, effort, and resources into that, being the best you can be, but normally there's a cap on your income. If you were a high school principal, even with all of your education and all of the effort that you put into it your whole life, even if you were the best one in a very good economic area, you're still capped out. I mean, you're not going to earn financial freedom that way. You can earn a good living, a comfortable and happy living that way. But if you want financial freedom, you won't find it in that career field. So network marketing allows you to earn financial freedom, and you don't have to have a ton of capital to get started. You don't have to have a lot of experience to get started. You don't have to have a lot of knowledge. You don't have to have a lot of education. You don't even have to know a ton of people. You need to be self-motivated, because if you are in network marketing, that means you're a business owner. Nobody's going to tell you have to get up and go to work, right? You have to be self-motivated. You have to do this yourself. You have to have a desire to do it. If you have that desire to succeed, you can succeed. You have to have a product that you can believe in, and we have life-changing products in Plexus, and we all know that. Everyone in this room has experienced some benefit from these products. And you have to have a willingness to grow and a willingness to learn. You need to be coachable. So most businesses that you would endeavor to invest in would take tons of capital up front. Even other network marketing companies, a lot of them cost a pretty good chunk to get started. Plexus charges $34.95. It's such a small but huge investment in your future. That $34.95 gets you your own website. Immediately when you sign up, your storefront is open and ready for business. It gets you your own shipping department. It gets you your own customer service department. It gets you your own inventory department. So all of that, just all the training that you need. I mean, the resources are limitless. So $34.95, small but huge investment in your future. You can compress a 30 to 50 year career into 3 to 5, or even less with Plexus, honestly. Time freedom with network marketing. You're not trading your hours for dollars. You're not saying, okay, you pay me $20 for every hour that I work for you, or $30 an hour, whatever. You are not trading in your precious time for dollars, and you can earn residual income. Residual income that basically just means that you get paid over and over for work that you did one time. And most of us aren't going to write a book, which that's a good way to earn residual income, but most of us aren't going to be celebrities, right? So this is a good, simple way to earn residual income. You do work one time, and you get paid over and over. You can have time freedom. A lot of our diamonds work this business 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day. And considering the amount of money that they make, it's really not a lot of time, and they have complete time freedom. You can choose your own hours. This is very flexible. You just work this business whenever it's convenient for you. You build your life around this business, vice versa, and it's flexible. So you can work from your phone while you're out if you choose to do that. So you're not strapped to a certain place where you have to go every day. It's just a good way to work it, just flexible. It's just a lot of freedom that comes along with that. You build new relationships. I have met so many friends in the past 2 years that I've been doing this that I otherwise would never have met. My life has been so enriched by these people, and they're so successful, and you just love being around them. They're just vibrant with energy, and you just learn and grow just from being around these people. I love that part of this business. Personal growth. We all have areas we can improve in. This business is going to show you things about yourself that you did not know you had in you. And that can be a good thing. It could be a negative thing. It'll bring out your strengths, and it'll show you your weaknesses. But you can grow through those things. I would not trade it for anything, the things that I have learned while I've been in this business in the past 2 years. It's not just helped me in my business. The things that I've learned and grown through in this business have helped me in every arena of my life. It's helped me be a better wife, mother, Christian. So I wouldn't trade it. I've learned a ton. So, all of these things are attainable. You can achieve complete financial freedom with this business model, but it doesn't happen overnight. You have to give it time to grow. You have to commit to at least 5 years, and really even less with Plexus. I say 5 years because that's an industry average with any network marketing company. The average time to the top is 5 years. Plexus time to diamond is it's less than 2 years. It's less than 2 years if you're consistently doing the income producing activities. So this isn't just the right products, it's the right time, it's the right company. Okay, so this opportunity is just massive right now, and the timing is part of the reason why. So, but just like any endeavor that you pursue, doesn't matter what it is, there's always going to be a learning curve. There are certain skills that you need to learn to be successful in this. It's not going to just fall into your lap. You can't just sign up and just expect everything to come to you. You've got to learn the skills, get good at them, and do them daily, consistently, okay? So you got to be willing to learn the skills, get good at it. Just like with any business, it's going to require an output of your time, sometimes resources. But if you take the time to learn how to do this and learn how to do it well, the rewards are exponential. It's kind of like rolling a snowball uphill. You start at the bottom with a tiny snowball, and as you start to share your opportunity, you're rolling that snowball up the hill, and it's gaining, it's getting larger and larger and heavier, and as you get closer to the top, it feels like you're exerting all of your energy and effort into pushing that snowball up that hill, but finally you get to the top, and you can let that snowball soar down the other side of the hill, and as it goes down, it gathers its own snow, and it keeps growing without you exerting all of your effort into doing that, and that's called duplication. And when duplication happens, that's when financial freedom starts to happen. So success does not come easy for most people. We have all heard stories of people who just seem to, they get to diamond in a year, or, it just seems so effortless and easy for them. They just seem to be a natural at it. There are a few people like that, but I'm just here to tell you, most of us are not like that. Most of us have struggled. Most of us failed forward. We learn from our mistakes and we keep going. Most of us, it does not come easy for us. We've worked really hard to get where we're at. We've learned a ton along the way, and we just keep going. So if you're not a fast starter, that's okay. None of us were either. If you have struggled up until this point, that's okay. We have all struggled too. Every single one of us, we all struggle. Fallon and I struggled for well over a year. That's why I said that she has the most amazing business testimony in this company, hands down. And she's got that recorded somewhere. We need to post that in Pink Power. But yeah, so we struggle. We fail. Diamonds are diamonds because they have failed more than any of us have failed to this point. If you're worried about messing up and making mistakes, let me put your mind at ease. You will. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. But that's okay because you're going to learn and you're going to get up and keep going, okay? So don't worry if you don't feel successful at this point. That's fine. The important thing is that you commit to doing this. Number one, you have to make a commitment. You have to decide, I'm doing this. Draw your line in the sand. Don't look back. Decide you're doing it. Commit to doing the work. And don't look back. Don't quit. So that's the number one thing, is that you don't quit. The only people who don't succeed in this business are the ones who don't quit. Are the ones that do quit. So don't give up. Let me ask you guys a question. I don't want you to answer this out loud, but I do want you to think for a second why you're doing this. Why are you working this business? What are you trying to achieve? If time and money were no object, what would your life look like? What kind of car would you drive? Where would you live at? What would your house look like? What would you be doing with all of your time? Who would you give to if time and money were no object? Just think about that. If I were to tell you that all of those things are totally possible and that you can achieve all of that in less than 5 years, that's industry average. Again, Plexus tends to be a lot quicker than that. But if I told you could achieve all of that in less than 5 years, would you be able to find the time to do it? Would you be able to find the time to work your business diligently and be consistent? Would you be able to face your fears? Because we all have fears in this business, right? We all have a fear of being rejected, different things, fear of failing, maybe fear of success. We all have fears. But if you knew that your dream life was right on the other side of those fears, would that drive you to face your fears? You can do it. You can achieve it. This business model makes it totally possible. Would you be willing to persevere through the obstacles that you're going to face? Because you will face some. There's going to be challenges along the way. There's going to be emotional roller coasters. Everybody in this business has ups and downs. Everybody has victories. Everybody has disappointments. But if you write down your why you're doing this, know what your why is, you're going to let that drive you through those disappointments. And you're not going to let your disappointments and your emotions control your behavior. Okay, you want to let your why drive you. So write it down and refer to it often. Put it somewhere where you can see it, and then picture yourself living that life. Then goal setting. We're going to talk about goals. I read a book called The Millionaire Mind, and basically this guy interviewed a whole bunch of millionaires, and the book was excellent. It was just so shocking to see what all these millionaires had in common. They were just everyday common people like us. They weren't really especially intelligent. Most of them were like B and C students, but they had several things in common. And one thing that they had in common, one of the things, hey Daisha, glad you made it. So one of the things that they had in common, and this was at the top of the list of things they had in common, was that they wrote down their goals. And that was surprising to me. It just seems like such a simple, small step to take. But they all did it. 95% of them did it. They all wrote down their goals. Successful people always have their next goal in mind. They're not just aimlessly wondering. They're not just thinking, oh, if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. Goals are dreams with deadlines, and they push you to work harder and meet that goal. So write down your goals. A good first goal, if you haven't hit silver already, is to hit silver. And obviously the next one would be the next rank gold. So write down your goals. Share your goals with your sponsor, and then develop an action plan to reach those goals. You have to have a roadmap for how you're going to reach those goals. It's not enough to just have goals. You need to know how you're getting from point A to point B. How many people do you need to talk to hit this next rank? Things like that. All right, so if you treat this like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. If you treat this like a hobby, it's going to pay you just like a hobby. You can work your business part-time, but you cannot work it sometime. You have to be consistent. So what does working your business actually look like? Well, so with what time you do have to put into your business, you have to be intentional with that time. Nobody wants this business to take over their entire lives. That would totally defeat the purpose of working this business, right? We all want time freedom. That's part of it. So we have to be intentional with the time that we do have to put into this business. We have to be purposeful, and we have to be prepared. So that time that you do have to put into your business, it's precious time. You're going to use that and fill it up with income-producing activities. What are income-producing activities? What does it actually look like to work your Plexus business? Well, first of all, let's talk about what it is not. What is not income-producing for you? Checking your Facebook is not income-producing activity, okay? It's fun to scroll through your news feed, catch up with everybody, and things like that. Not income-producing, not going to make you money. It will suck your time, but it's not going to make you money. If anything, it'll make you think you've worked really hard, but really you haven't. You've wasted a lot of time. All right, cleaning your desk, getting organized, those things are good to do. It's not going to make you money. I know lots of disorganized diamonds. Chatting with your team. My favorite part of this business is the relationships that I have built. I love, love, love talking to my team members. It doesn't even feel like work when I'm talking to them, but a lot of times we can get chatty because we talk about other things besides Plexus. So, as much as I love building those relationships and talking to my team, not income producing. It's not going to earn you money, okay? Checking your back office and refreshing that report over and over and over. Not going to make you any money, okay? Thinking about Plexus. We should all be thinking about Plexus a lot. It's always on the forefront of my mind. I'm always thinking what I need to do, you know. And so At the end of the day, though, you can think really hard about Plexus all day long, but if you haven't done your income-producing activity, you haven't really worked your business. You just really feel like you have because you've thought really hard, but you haven't really done the work. Okay, so what is the work? The work part is sharing the products with people, talking to people about Plexus, okay, talking to new people about Plexus, sharing the business with people, talking to people about your business opportunity, following up with people that you've already spoken to about Plexus, and then training your team. Those are the 4 things that are going to earn you money in this business. Those are income producing. So if you want to build big in this business, you totally can do that in part-time hours, but you do need a minimum of 10 hours a week if you're going to build big. You want to go somewhere. You want to take it to the top. Now, if you want to just make a car payment, you can do it in a lot less time than that. You can earn significant money, not in very little time at all with this compensation plan that we have. But if you want to make it a diamond, you need to commit right now. Find at least 10 hours a week that you can put into this. And don't complain about a busy schedule. We all have busy schedules, okay? We're all busy. But who makes our schedules? We make our schedules, right? So we can't complain about not having enough time, things like that. We're the ones that are in control of our time. Okay? Don't let your time control you. You have to be in control of your time. But you can sacrifice things now that you want so that you can live the life you want later. If there's a certain television show that you love to watch, you can give it up for a season so that you can get that snowball up the hill, right? All right, another thing that you're going to need to be successful in this business is personal growth. And I touched on this earlier, but you're only going to go as far as you're willing to grow. You have to nourish your soul and feed your mind on a daily basis. It makes us more effective in every area of our lives, not just in our business, but we need to be growing our brains. We need to be growing our minds. And so we need to do that every single day. This is something that I've not really struggled with, and I'm very thankful because as I was growing up, my father, he instilled in me a love for learning, and he always told me, never stop learning. You should always be growing. You should always be learning, and I have never stopped learning. Even when I wasn't in school, I always read books. If I didn't know how to do something that I needed to learn how to do, I would read books. You know, I could admit I'm ignorant in that area, and I want to know how to be good at it. Then I'd read books, and I mean, when I got pregnant as a young mother, I knew that I had no clue how to raise children. And I thought to myself, well, I'm a hot mess. My parents obviously didn't know what they were doing either, so I ain't going to ask them. So I read books. I read every book I could get my hands on from Christian authors about how to raise kids. And you know what? My kids are good kids. I mean, I hate to brag, but they are. They're good kids. They're not perfect, but I'm proud of them. They're good kids. And I credit that just because, well, first of all, God's grace, but I just applied myself to learning. I knew I didn't know anything about it, and so I just committed myself to learning how to do that. When I started this business, I knew that I knew absolutely nothing about network marketing. And so you know what I did? I read every book I could find about network marketing, and I learned the skills. And so you're going to have to apply yourself to learning those skills. Okay, I heard one diamond say your car needs to have 2 things. Gas and a personal growth CD. So if you don't have personal growth CDs or you want a list of some good ones, get with me because I have a list of some good ones. But you need to be growing your mind, feeding your brain. Don't let it get stagnant. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Okay, so basic skills of network marketing. I keep talking about you got to take time to learn the skills. I told you what income-producing activities are, but what are the skills you need to learn and master? You're just going to do this handful of skills. You're going to learn how to do them, then you're going to do them over and over and over every day. It's just very simple to do. So here's the skills. I'm going to outline them here, and then we're going to teach you how to do them. So the first thing is you need to learn how to promote the products. The second thing is you need to learn how to present your opportunity to people. The third thing is you need to learn how to handle objections. There's only a few that you're going to hear over and over and over. The other thing is you need to learn how to follow up. That's a very important skill. Another thing is you need to learn how to build relationships with people. This is a people business. You need people in your life. God made you relational, and we all need people. But you definitely, if you're going to build a successful Plexus business, you definitely have to have people in your life. And you need to know how to deal with people, work with people, and love people. And then you need to be able to teach others to do the same. And that's where leading a team comes in. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Fallon. She's going to come talk to us and give us some skills.
Okay. Obviously, we're all about the products. So the most important thing you can do is educate yourself about the products and how they work and how they can benefit people. So you're going to want to get either customers or ambassadors, and a lot of people wonder, well, which one should I do? If you look at our compensation plan, we rank up based on pay points. So that's the most important thing you want to work on, is building a team. Because it's not about who you know, it's about who everyone else knows. But at the same time, you still want to aim for around $500 in PV, get your 25% back in commissions rather than 15%. So as soon as you hit that first 500, whether it's your own products or customers' products, our pay points are going to go up, and that's the majority of our paychecks is our pay points. So you want to get ambassadors. You want to get people to join your team wholesale, and that's really important. They can have their free website, and they don't have to work the business yet, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. You want to get people, and Tiffany's really good at this, get them wanting to work the business because, hello, we all need more money, and everybody wants to eventually work the business once they know how easy it is and simple it is to do that. So the first thing is be a product of the product. Use all of our products. Mega X, when it came out, I didn't really think I needed it. I never heard that I needed omegas or anything, so I was like, I'll try it just because I sell it. That stuff's amazing. It's just, I'm breastfeeding, so it's really made my supply go up. I sleep like a baby. It's just totally awesome. So get yourself some of that if you haven't tried it, and you should know how all of the products work even if you don't use them yourself. At least try it. Definitely need to be on the triplex because that's going to help most all diseases. The blood sugar, the gut health, the inflammation is important for all of the ailments that we have today, including weight loss. So that's what we focus on. So get your people on those products. So the first thing you want to do is work on getting your customers. And how do you do that? When you launch your Plexus business, a good idea is to have a launch party. We do a lot of them online on Facebook. Some people have multiple launch parties. You can do them in person, and that way people can come and sample the pink drink and just invite everyone you know and make it a real fun time. And your upline can help you do that. So you don't have to feel like as a new ambassador, and your ambassadors as they join you, they don't feel intimidated or scared or not knowing what they're doing because they'll have your experience there alongside them. Also, gift products. With the holidays here, we're giving a lot of 7-day trials to people instead of just buying them, a box of donuts or whatever you would do for Christmas. Get them something that can improve their health, and it's going to get them thinking about New Year's and everything that they want to do and how our products can help them. Most people, for their New Year's resolutions, they want to get healthy. They want to lose weight. They want to make a change. And this is a really simple thing that you can give them, and they can get that in their hands and realize how simple it is to achieve their goals. Another good trial or a gift is the Ease Cream. That stuff is really awesome, and it lasts forever. We were just talking about this, rubbing it on headaches, your forehead, neck aches, you name it. My kids use it for leg cramps, stuff like that. But it's so versatile, and everyone has an ache or pain somewhere at some point, and if they don't, their kids do. So that's another one to give out to people. Tiffany's going to talk some more about this, but a sample pack approach is a great way to get customers, and we have some files in Pink Power, I think. She prints out the papers, and she'll give them to people. So if someone gives you good service, I had a lady at the shoe store. She was just really sweet, and she just gave really awesome service. So, I said, I really appreciate, your spunky spirit and your happy attitude. Can I give you something? She's like, well, sure. So I gave her a sample of the Slim, and as I gave it to her, I told her, what it was going to do for her, how amazing it is, and how it's helped me. And I asked her, I said, if you promise to use it, I promise to follow up. And she's like, oh, yeah, definitely. And so I said, can I friend you on Facebook? So I friended her on Facebook right there. Just pull out your iPhone, whatever you have, and friend them on Facebook. It's so much easier than getting their phone number and email. And then, as they're your friend on Facebook, they're going to see all your Plexus posts. So it's constantly, being in front of their faces what they're getting, trying and everything. So, and then, of course, you want to follow up with them. I would work on your testimony. If you haven't already, just come up with a quick testimony. No matter how small your testimony is, if you're just having more energy right now. Even if you're detoxing, you're on your way to better health. If you're detoxing, the products are working. A lot of people say, the products aren't working for me. I'm having headaches every day. That's a detox symptom. So the products are working for you. You're just in the middle of a detox. So write down your 60-second testimony and work on developing it. It should just roll off your tongue. Some things you want to include in there is your history or challenge before you started the products. What was life like before the products? How were you introduced to the products? And then your time frame and when you started seeing results. And then share what the best part is. Share what your favorite part of it all. I just wrote something down real quick for myself. Prior to Plexus, I had no energy. My face was broke out. My adrenals and thyroid were a mess. I felt stressed and depressed over life. A friend reached out to me on Facebook, and I hadn't even talked to her for 5 years. She just told me about the products, how great they were, and what they were doing for people. And within 4 months, I was feeling alive again. I felt better than I did in high school, and I had 5 kids. The best part is that I retired my husband, and I'm able to live the life of my dreams. So whatever it is, just something real simple. Give them your quick testimony. And then posting on Facebook. We have all pretty much built our businesses on Facebook, and any social media is a huge tool to be able to grow your business. So if you're not on social media, get on there, just because it's real easy to do a post and to share testimonies. And even if you don't have your own testimony and you're just developing it, there's so many other testimonies that you can use. So nobody should feel like, oh, I don't have a testimony yet, or I'm still working on mine. I got lots of diabetics on the team, and I don't have diabetes. That's just because I use other people's testimonies. And I actually, unless it's just talking one-on-one, I hardly ever share my story. Most people don't know where I've come from, because you're supposed to be focused on them and how you can help them. And that's what people care about, is about themselves. So focus on them and how you can help them. So once you get your customers or your ambassadors, you want to keep them. You don't just want to sign them up and move on to the next person. And I did a lot of this at the beginning. I was like, bam, got her done. Moving to the next person. And that didn't work so well. I just thought everyone was like me, self-starter, just going to do it. But a lot of people need training, and I'm still working on this, but you need to treat this like a business, and it'll pay like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. So be serious about it. If you're going to do it, just decide to do it and just go all in. Don't just be with a little toe in and, I'm just going to sign up a few people. If you really want success, just go all in. Get them all on an auto ship. This is super important. If you have a preferred customer, have them on auto ship. If you have an ambassador, when you're signing them up, you want to get them on the monthly enrollment. Number one, if they have their auto pull on, they'll get commissions back on their own products, and that's super important. Also, they don't want to run out of their products. It takes 30 days to establish a habit. Well, if they're out other products for a few days, it's just going to take them that much longer to get rolling back into it. So get them on the auto ship so they just have the products coming in and they can use them every day. Another good idea, and this is something I started doing, is sending a thank you card, a handwritten note to people who join your team or to new customers. And, when you go to a high-end department store, they'll send you a note, a thank you, and it just makes it more personal. And it creates that, loyalty. They want to be loyal to you. They have some sort of connection with you now besides just going on your website and ordering from you. So handwrite some notes and just send them out, and it doesn't take very long. As soon as I sign someone up, I'll do that, pop it in the mail, and that's done. As soon as they order, you want to keep following up with them, but especially 1 week after they order, it's really important to get right on it. I know sometimes time gets away, and it's like, oh my gosh, I still haven't talked to her. But you need to make sure you're on them, because sometimes they won't be using the products properly, and if they have any detox, they may have drank it once, got a headache, and stopped, and then they're just sitting there not knowing what to do. Don't expect them to reach out to you, because they probably won't. So reach out to them and follow up with them. And then before their next auto shipment ships to them, you want to make sure they're on the right products that they need. So be sure that if they want to add the X Factor or the Mega X, that you help them do that. Continual follow-up is key. Follow up before you get them as customers, follow up with team members, constantly following up. You don't just drop the ball. It's okay. I think it's still recording. Okay. Don't just drop the ball as soon as you get them. You want to keep building that relationship and establishing them in their business or on the products. and then turn them into distributors. As soon as they're loving their products, even if they said they want absolutely nothing to do with the business, you want to start working with them to get them going as joining, team members under them. Number one, it's kind of selfish not to. If they're having results with the products, they should be sharing with all the people out there who need Plexus, because they all do. So share with them how easy it is, how simple it is, and they might just say, nah, I don't want to. So then you do another follow-up. Sometimes it takes the same 7 to 10 follow-ups to get them wanting to work the business, and that's okay. I'll have people from 6 months ago, and they're finally like, yeah, we want to do the business. It's like, okay, great. So then you just get working with them. Tiffany is going to talk about follow-up, getting customers. She's really good at talking to everyone. This girl, she talks to them all, and she just has a gift for it. So she's going to share with us how she does that.
But I didn't always have that gift.
I'm sure you were born with it.
Oh, I swear.
It's enabling.
Okay. Hello, ladies and sir. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a bit about how to present your business opportunity. We know that it's important to build a strong team, and that's going to lead to powerful growth and long-term success for you. So, but you're probably asking yourself, okay, so how do I do this? I'm going to break some of that down. And the thing that I hear people say a lot is, I'm just too scared to talk to people. What are they going to think? I don't know. And I was actually one of those people. I mean, I had my friends and I was comfortable with them, but to go out and, talk to somebody at the store, it was scary for me. And the truth is that once you start talking, you're going to build your confidence. So if I sound out of breath too, it's because I'm pregnant and I'm trying to talk a lot, and then I'm like, I can hear it. So I'm okay.
You're doing good.
So just think to yourself that you're sharing and inviting. Don't become emotionally connected to the outcome. And that was one of the things that I think holds a lot of people back is you hear no and you shut down. Take the no and take the emotions out and move on. Think follow-up. Just right now might not be the right time for them. I mean, they might even come back to you tomorrow, and that's the right time. And that brings me back to, when I was a waitress, we would always offer people, hey, do you want some coffee, some dessert? And, they would say, no, not right now. Well, I moved on, and I kept offering. And that's basically the same as your Plexus business. Also, where to find these people. That's another thing. As Fallon had mentioned, Facebook, social media, huge. I tell everybody I started with a very small friends list, and I grew my friend list on Facebook and, built a business for myself and our family. Mostly everyone I talk to has built their business there. Also, think of like events you go to, sporting events. Think of like your hairstylist, you get your nails done. The people at the salon, you go to your favorite restaurant, the grocery store. Every time I go to the grocery store, sure, carry my bags out for me. It almost always ends up where they see I have a thing on the back of my car, and they'll see it and say, oh, what's Plexus? Perfect opportunity. And it's a good time to just connect with them. You see them every time you're at the grocery store, and you continue to talk to them. I've had customers and ambassadors join the team and buy from me that I met at the restaurant, at Target, the post office, the grocery store. So you really never know. And I'll talk more about this in a little bit on how to approach as well. Another important thing is revisit all of your retail and preferred customers. Don't be afraid to talk to them about wholesale in the business. Get them to move over to wholesale. I tell everybody, I was surprised to learn that not everybody does, but I share the business with every single person that I come in contact with. I tell them, the opportunity, how easy it is, 3 friends get you to silver. There's, so much room for growth and opportunity there. And then, don't let anybody out when you're thinking about who to contact. Every single person you come into contact with, it's an opportunity. There were so many people that I was like, nah, I'm not going to contact her. She'll think I'm crazy. And, either what would happen is she would contact me or he would contact me and, they would end up joining. I've had it happen. So don't roll anybody out. Contact everybody. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to say no. I've never had anybody scream at me yet, tell me to get lost, so it's good. Another success tip are lists. I tell a lot of my team, have you created your list? Make a list of 100 people. Take 20 of those people and consider them who you would want on your dream team. Star them. These are the people that you would absolutely love to have work with you on this journey, and kind of start and work down from that list. Let's see. Now we're going to talk about you found the people to prospect. Another important thing is you're talking to these people. You want to make sure that you're trying to talk to at least 3 new people every day. We do the 3-2-1 chats. I'm sure a lot of you know. If you don't know, get with your upline. Those are huge. I myself have had a lot of success since starting them. And I was like, what's this? What's it going to do? And I know a few of you are in them, and I know it's been growing your business. So the 3-2-1 chats are important, and part of that is, 3 new people every day. And that's whether you're out on Facebook. So now you're saying, so what do I say? Because, I see these people when I'm out. So that's basically how you approach them. First of all, your story is important. So I always start by telling people, how amazing Plexus is, what the company, just kind of a brief overview, what they are, what they do. Facts tell and stories sell. So people are going to get emotionally connected to your testimony, and that's whether it's, a health testimony that you have or a business testimony. Share that with them. Some things that I would include, I have about 5 things here that I would include in your testimony when you're briefly talking to someone, and that is who you are. Share your background, a little bit about yourself and what you do. Number 2, why were you looking for opportunity? For us, we weren't impressed with some of the local public schools, and I was like, I was on Plexus for 4 months before I decided to do anything with it. And it got to a point where I said, you know what, I want to try to send our girls to a private school. I'm going to try Plexus. And so that was the opportunity we were looking for, was for our family. How did I find the business? Or how did you find the business? How did you join? I actually met Fallon off Craigslist. So she bought a stroller for me. So if that hadn't have happened, I don't know where we'd both be right now. So people are usually like, you met someone off Craigslist? Yes. And so you just never know where you're going to meet someone. So, and she didn't even want to share with me. She was like, oh, that girl's just skinny. She doesn't have any problems. I was on 10 prescription medications. And that's the next one, number 4, is what results have you seen or hope to see? I tell people I'm off 10 prescription medications, and the list just kind of goes on and on and on. My life completely turned around from Plexus. So had she not bought that stroller, I'd still be sad, and my husband would still be like, you're lying about having a headache. And I'm pregnant now, and it's funny because I say, I'm like, I felt so good for the last year with Plexus, and I don't know, I'm getting some headaches now, and everyone's like, well, you're pregnant, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. But I've been feeling great, and still, so it's amazing. Last, you want to put in there, what's excited you most, about Plexus, about the business. Save this for the end so people can really draw on that and be pulled in. It's exciting, and you have so much to offer with the business, so you just want to always talk with the passion and the belief that you have. Now, for friends that have maybe seen your testimony on Facebook, people that already know a lot of this, I usually will just send them a quick message and, I'll say, hey, Mary Jo, how are you doing? I see your family's doing really well. I haven't talked to you in a little while, or, just kind of connect with her again. And I'll say, I'm sure you might have noticed I'm kind of crazy, maybe passionate about Plexus a little bit. Have I piqued your interest at all? Do you have any questions? Anything I can answer for you, or would you like to know more? Some people are going to say no. Some people are never going to respond, okay? I hear it all the time. People are like, they don't respond. And I'm like, yeah. It's okay. those people end up responding 6 months later, 3 months later. They do respond. And then, you'll have some that are going to say, yeah, I'd love to hear more. And then you're like, really? Great. Which is how I'm like, wow, I can't believe I reached out to her. And she said yes. So, yes, be sending those messages out. Of course, now, when you're out and about, it's a little different. There's a few ways to reach out to people. We talked about kind of where you can find these people, but not how to actually approach them. So there's a few different approach methods. The direct approach is the first one, and that's basically, I tell people when they join, or, I say, go to who you know first. Who are you most comfortable with? Your close friends, your family, your mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousins, anyone. Just go to them first. Be direct with them. My mom was like, I don't need that stuff. You need this stuff, take it. And that's pretty much how that went down. So that was pretty direct. And that's okay, because those people so they know you, and that's good. An indirect approach is basically someone at a professional level or admire, such as an acquaintance. My OB doctor, for example, paying them a compliment is an excellent way. I met my OB doctor finally it's been about a week or so now, maybe 2 weeks, and I was so nervous because I was like, okay, if he doesn't approve Plexus, I'm going to have to go elsewhere. I pray he approves Plexus. I talked to him, and I showed him all the ingredients, and I spent a lot of time in there with him and the family nurse practitioner, and we went over stuff, and I said, you seem, he said he was impressed by the products, by our ingredients. He told me, he said to take them. I showed him all the products, all the ingredients, and I said, I think that you're really knowledgeable about this. I would love to leave you with samples. I left him with some ease samples, some slim samples. It went really well. People love to talk about themselves and their successes, and that's kind of what I drew off of for him. And the thing was that he's approved Plexus before, but nobody actually took the time to sit down with them, get past their fear, and be bold. And I sat there and I was like, I love these products. They've changed my life. This is what they've done. You should really look into these too. And he was so impressed by our Ease Cream and our probiotic, and he was excited about it. So starting off with that approach, and basically moving from that to talk about your business is really a great way to go in an indirect approach. Probably what I use the most is a lifestyle prospecting approach, and that's basically just when you're out at gatherings, restaurants, sports events, traveling, just striking up a conversation with people. Make it about the person. Say, oh, you have a beautiful family, your kids are cute, how are you today? It's so beautiful outside. Ask some questions. Oh, if you're at an event, where do you work? Where are you from? Another thing that's big, and how I've ended up talking to a lot of people, is listen for them to kind of invite you in. I can't tell you how many times I talk to somebody when I'm out, and they're like, oh, I'm so tired, I hate my job, I can't get rid of this headache, life sucks. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, well, I might have something for you. And that was kind of, another example is I was at Whole Foods, I think it's been about 2 weeks now, and I was sampling some of the food.
Always.
No, always. I'm always at Whole Foods, and I'm always eating there. It's so true. But it's a great place to promote Plexus. But so I'm there, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, oh, they just let you sample all this? And I'm like, they are so nice today, sir. They'll let you sample anything you want. And so, we start talking, and he's saying, yeah, we're from, I think they're from up in South Carolina, but we come down here, we really started, eating natural, changing our diet, lifestyles. I have NASH disease, which is, often it's caused from like fructose syrup and stuff like that, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And he starts talking to me about that and how his life just hasn't been the same, and, he's just really struggling, and it's just no energy, and it's terrible. And I had just done some Plexus research for a friend about, cirrhosis of the liver and our products. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I started talking to him, and he was like, he was excited. And then his wife came over, and, we were kind of talking to her about the products, and she said, well, could this help I have a daughter, she's diabetic. What? So, I mean, and I met another lady there who had I think her son was diabetic. So it's just, I've met a lot of people, and just by being friendly and just talking to everybody. And I'm in contact with them now. They're actually getting ready to place an order. So, I mean, you never know. Connect with these people, and then I ask them for their contact info, friend them on Facebook. Say you'd love to have a play date sometime if they have little kids. Invite them to coffee. Build relationships. We do call this relationship marketing. And when I get people's contact info, I actually carry around a little packet in my purse that just has, I know we posted them. Okay. Well, the packet here. We posted it in pink power, but it's just these. I always carry this around. And it's just, name, cell, email, Facebook name, what do you struggle with? And everybody, they fill that out, and nobody has not filled it out for me. I mean, most people are really nice, and I guess if they didn't want it, they just write down a fake phone number or something. And, the lady at Whole Foods at first was, writing down stuff, and then she's like, you know what, let me see that back. Let me give you my email, too. So she was a little skeptic at first, but then as we kept talking, she's like, oh, this stuff might have some validation there. So those are really good. The last approach, which actually it's pretty much what Fallon had said earlier, is the sample pack approach. It's similar to lifestyle, but maybe you didn't get in depth in the conversation, like you're running through a checkout line, or you're just real briefly, you met someone, you talked for a minute, offer them a sample of Slim, even if nothing was mentioned about Plexus. Tell people, hey, I'm looking to market this product in the area, because really our product isn't that big in too many areas. I mean, there's still so many areas, none that are saturated. Say something, ask if they could help you, and just say something like, I love chatting with you today, kind of like what Fallon said. I'd love to leave you this sample. I really think it could change your life. Will you, promise to try it if I promise to follow up? So I kind of keep it fun for them and interesting. I just kind of get their contact info again quick, jot down name, number, whatever. And then, I give them my information. And another way, too, is just saying, hey, are you on Facebook? Let me add you quick. And I had, that's been successful, too, in Target. And I could go on and on and on. I don't even know how it happened, because I used to sit there saying, and I used to tell Cody, I can't talk to anybody, Cody. What do I do? And that, I was so outgoing. And you just, once you do it, and you do it for the first time, you just continue to do it. And you have that belief, and the products are amazing, and you continue. The next thing, so you have all these people interested, you've learned how to approach them, you know where to find them. Now what do? This is something that I think is super huge. My team could tell you that I'm so annoying about this. Three-way chats and three-way calls. I'm constantly saying, did you plug them into a three-way call? Are they on a three-way chat? Are we talking to them? Because, these are important. The calls are about 15 minutes, and chats are ongoing. These are basically a fantastic way to share your success, your leader's success, and see if anybody has more questions. Third party is the best party, and that's so true. I tell people, regardless of anybody's wishes for this business, open up that three-way chat. And, that's the prospecting chats or even the calls. There's so many benefits with this, and basically it just works to build belief. Some people maybe don't even feel comfortable coming to you to ask a question, but they don't know me. So they'll come to me to tell me, oh my gosh, I can't stop pooping, what do I do? Believe me, they've come to me and not who they know. So, and they're comfortable with it. It's just third-party validation, they ask that. And so we say to start with the 5 Ps. On every call and chat. It's going to be a little different depending on, the prospect, the ambassador, or just the retailer preferred customer. And you can kind of decide, what you need to talk about with them. Number 1 is going to be partnership. So, chats are a little different with this, but calls, we pretty much do all these. But you want to talk about the company, and you want to say why it's great. Benefits, why someone would be a great fit. We talk about, hey, Plexus has been on the Incorporated 5000. Stuff like that, showing them we were, in Shape magazine, number 2, I believe, stuff like that. And people, they're excited to hear this. Our growth, I think it was 16,000%, the last year. So these are exciting things. Next, you want to talk about the products. Basically, you want to share your results and the market potential for the products. Why does everybody need these products? The gut health, blood sugar, inflammation. And, talk about what the products have done for you. The third thing is program. Share what support and training they're going to get from you, your upline, and Plexus. It surprises me still that I learn from people that there's really not teams like ours. I think it's crazy when I hear it because I don't know anything else. But there's no training, there's no support, there's no guidance. If it wasn't for Fallon caring, I would have given up and quit. I was this close, and I told her I was sending that welcome pack back after 30 days, and I was done with the products. I was her problem child, too, so. But she was kind enough and caring that she really worked with me and helped me through the detox that we talked earlier. And that's really what you want to have. You want to be getting everybody results and really, really, really working with them and helping them. And that's whether it's your team, your customers, just everybody. Next from the 5 Ps is pay plan. Share how the business model works and why network marketing works. How is the money made? What's in there for the comp plan? How the extra income and incentives could benefit their life. You don't have to give them numbers. If you know them and you want to and you're comfortable, then you can. You could say, I paid for my car payment the first month. The second month, I was blown away. I paid for my mortgage. So just kind of, give them that feeling of how it's done for you. Number 5 is positioning and timing. This is basically creating an urgency as to why the time is now for them to join. We do know that Plexus is in a ground floor opportunity right now. So this really is the perfect time for them to join. The new year, perfect time. We're getting ready to come into weight loss season. There's some specials going on right now. Bam, perfect. Talk about, goals and dreams and why this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them. Help them to see that they can fulfill their big dreams. Breathe that belief into them and that passion and just really help them to see. Because there's people don't always, I always tell Fallon, I'm like, people don't just naturally think of this. She's like, no, girl, they don't. I'm like, okay, I don't know. So it's true. So just really encourage them. It's the best thing you can do. Next, I'll talk a little bit just about follow-up. Every follow-up is a little different, but when, I tell myself basically that when someone says no, again, it just means not right now. It never really means no. Keep following up with them. Allow these people to become part of your audience. And that's basically, Facebook, social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you use. They're watching in the background. They're wondering. They're questioning. They're thinking. Don't be afraid to, if they say no, don't be afraid to say, okay, thank you for your time. I'll continue to chat with you, or, they're your friend, you talk to them, and then just ask them, like, do you know someone else who might be interested in the products, or somebody that you think these products could help? Because you don't know who they could lead you to. So I've had people that say, oh yeah, well actually here, reach out to so-and-so. She could actually maybe use them. And so that's good. The fortune is in the follow-up. We hear this all the time. So do keep following up. And again, that's with not only just, your customers, retail preferred, but that's with your team, your ambassadors. So many people are really left behind, like Fallon had said earlier. And just stay in close contact with all them. Help them, be tagging them and stuff if you're in Pink Power. Just keep plugging them in. What I do for my initial follow-up and what I found works is that, when I do talk to somebody about Plexus, I actually follow up with them about the next day. And that's because, you know, I want to ask questions, see if there's anything I can help them with, answer. And then I kind of give them more information, and then I move on to about 3 days. Check back in, see if they've checked up on anything, that kind of stuff. Then 1 week, then I go out to 2 weeks, then I go out to a month. It's been really, really successful. People, they really don't think you're bugging. I mean, it might sound like it because I hear this a lot, but they don't. They don't mind. A lot of people are, you know, willing to hear what you have to say, and they want to hear it. You know, everyone in every situation is going to be different, so just base it on how your interaction with them is going, and just, you know, keep answering questions and just see what they need from you or how they feel. So I think that's everything.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about handling objections, because we all get those. But the good news is it's the same ones over and over. There's literally like a handful of them. And if you can master how to handle these objections and just do it over and over, it just gets easier every time you do it. So there are objections about the products, and you'll hear objections about the business. I'm going to start with the products. You can use the feel, felt, found method. And basically that just means, I understand how you feel. I felt the exact same way. But what I found was, ... okay? And you can use that with pretty much any objection that you encounter. But make it genuine. You need to be honest and tell the truth. But, you can just personalize it, okay? So product objections. What's the number one product objection that you hear?
Price.
Yeah, it's too expensive, right? Too expensive. So when I first started, before I was making good money, I handled this objection one way. But I handle it another way now. But I will tell you how I first handled it. First I said, I understand how you feel. Because I was in the same boat. Money was really tight for us. But what I found was that I actually saved money by taking Plexus, because I'm not driving to the Family Dollar every day to get a chocolate bar. I'm not addicted to soda. I'm not, some people save money because they don't have to take medications anymore, or whatever it is for you. Find some way Plexus has helped you save money. Maybe you eat less. You're not spending as much money on food, or whatever. Okay, so Plexus actually does help people save money. So you can say it really only comes out to a couple dollars a day, and at some point I just had to decide that my health was worth it. So that's how I would handle it, and I still do sometimes. But now that I see what the business can do for somebody, and I'm very passionate about that, because it's literally changed our lives. And I was talking about earlier how when we love something, we tell people about it because we want to add value to their lives, right? So that's what I do. If somebody tells me they really can't afford it, well, first of all, I know that's not true, okay? We can afford things that we love. I don't know many people. There probably are one or two people that I've come into contact with that really honestly cannot afford it, okay? I really do have a heart for those people, but you know what? Those people need this business. They really do. And so that's when I would say, you know what? I understand how you feel, because I was in the same boat. Money was really tight for us. We're a one-income family, and this business has changed our financial state. I don't have to pay for my products anymore. I have my whole entire family on the products. I don't have to pay for them, and I can make my mortgage 4 times if I wanted to. Okay, so I tell people things like that, and that's powerful. So you can handle that one of two ways, but that's the most common one you're going to hear, and it's an easy one to handle. And if you really, really believe in the products, you're not going to feel guilty about the price. You're going to know that these products are valuable. Now, a lot of times when people do give you that objection, it's just because you haven't made it valuable enough in their minds. You might understand how valuable it is, but you have to convey that belief to them. You have to build the value of these products so high that they're convinced that they need it, and they're going to be willing to pay for that. I heard Amber Miller say that she has severe allergies. She couldn't even go outside and play with her son. She just kind of had to watch him through the window. And she would just sit in her kitchen and cry, watching her son play outside in the leaves, because she knew she couldn't go out there. It just tear her up. Her allergies were severe. Her doctor told her she was the worst allergy patient he had ever had. And she said, if you had told me that Plexus was going to knock out my allergy problem completely and I would have my life back, be able to, spend time with my son outside, I would have been willing to pay $400 for it or $500 for it. That's what you have to do. You ask people questions. You say, oh, you struggle with migraines? How long have you struggled with that? What all have you tried? Oh, I've tried everything, Okay, so then you can say, what if this is the last thing you have to try? Well, I know that migraines are insulin related, and I've also learned that they're gut health related. So if you know the products and you know what they do, you build that value up high enough in somebody's mind, they don't have a problem paying for it. It's valuable to them. So that's the most common one. Okay, this is another one I hear. I have a lot of health-minded friends. A lot of people say, oh, I don't need Plexus. I already eat healthy and exercise. And I say, great. So do I. I eat very clean. We eat very healthy. I haven't always, but I do now. And so I thought, I didn't really need it at first either because, I thought it was all about weight loss and all this stuff. But what I found was that even if you eat very clean, which me and a lot of my friends do, supplements are still very necessary for your overall optimal health. If you want optimal health, then you're going to have to take supplements. Any book that I've read about food or health or wellness, they all have a list of supplements in the book somewhere that the author wants you to add to the regimen, whatever their prescribed regimen for eating is. There's lots of different kinds, but there's always a list of supplements in there. And what I've found most of the time is that a lot of the ingredients are already in Plexus products. So supplements are important. Unless you're growing all of your own food using organic methods and crop rotation, and milking your own cows and making your own cheese and all that stuff, which most of us don't, and we don't eat fermented foods every day either, unless you're doing all of that, basically living like a primitive person, then you need supplements. Everybody needs supplements. Unfortunately, you can blame the food supply, but that's just fact of it. We have to have supplements if you want optimal health. And diet is extremely important, and so is exercise. You need to do those things to be healthy, but supplements are very important too. So that's how I handle that one. Some people think they don't need the products because they don't need to lose weight. Oh, I don't need that. I'm not fat. I'm not overweight. I don't need to lose any weight. And so I say, I slap them at that point. I'm just kidding. No, I don't really slap them. Well, good for you. No, but Fallon actually thought she didn't need the products. She actually signed up to do the business without using the products. She thought she didn't need the products. She was just thinking, literally, I'm just going to help all these diabetics that need to lose weight. And she just started using the products because she wanted to see what it was she was selling. And guess what? She realized she had adrenal fatigue and thyroid problems and all this stuff. And she feels a world different. Her life is so much better now because of Plexus. And she never needed to lose weight. So, Plexus, we all know that Plexus is not just about weight loss, although it can help you achieve those goals. It's a good tool to use to get there. But that's not the only thing it's about. This is about optimal health, okay? So you don't have to necessarily need to lose weight to use Plexus. All right? And then we have some business objections. The most common one I hear is, oh, I could never do that. I'm not a salesperson, right? Have you all heard that one? I'm sure that you have. If you've been working in your business for any amount of time, you've heard, I'm not a salesperson. And then I say, great. I'm not either. Actually, I've never sold a thing in my life until Plexus. But actually, I thought I hadn't, but really I had. Because we sell things every day without even knowing about it. Because we talk about things we love, right? We tell people about our favorite shampoo. We tell people, oh, that meal at Panera was really good. You should try that sandwich. And then they go buy a sandwich. How many Star Wars movie tickets do you think are going to be bought tonight just because people are going to leave the theater? And what are they going to do? They're going to get in their cars and they're going to get on their phone and they're like, oh, Star Wars, that was so awesome! And everybody's going to go buy a ticket just because somebody told them it was a good movie, right? They sold movie tickets, and they never even intended to, okay? If you ever tell somebody to Google something, you just sold Google. So we're all salespeople, so don't fall for that. Every single one of you are salespeople, and even if you've never even gotten paid for selling something, you are selling something. So you may as well get paid for it, right? All right, so we're getting paid for it now. Another thing I hear a lot is, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. I actually love this suggestion because I love busy people on my team. Busy people are productive people. Busy people get stuff done. Those are the people you want. So I love when people say that because then I get excited. I'm like, oh yeah, I feel the same way. I was busy. I'm busy. We're all busy. But you know what? I do this between homeschooling my 5 kids, designing and building our own house, running the Sunday school ministry at church, extracurricular activities, homeschool co-ops, field trips, sports, archery. We're busy, okay? And people find time for things that are important to them. And once they get on these products and they love the products and they realize the opportunity and you show them, give them a vision of what can be, people make the time, okay? I have some very busy people on my team, and they are the most productive people on my team. So don't fall for that one either. Everybody has 24 hours in the day. Like, we all have the same amount of time. So you have time for what's important to you. So if the business is important to you, you can make it work. We fit this into the nooks and crannies of our life. So, and I tell people that I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. I thought between blah, blah, blah that I couldn't do this, but I have found that it fits right into what I was already doing. I already talk to people every day. I'm already on Facebook every day. A post on Facebook only takes a few seconds, and you can make a very significant amount of income working only a little bit each day. You just have to commit to working it. Okay, here's another one. People join for wholesale. I'll share after I get my own results, but I'm not sharing until then. Okay, well, the thing is that while you're trying to lose your 10 pounds, there's diabetics out there that need our products, okay? So, I don't have diabetes, but that doesn't keep me, like, I don't have to wait on my diabetic results to share with somebody who struggles with diabetes. I don't have to wait on my fibromyalgia pain to go away, because I don't have fibromyalgia, and I probably never will. So I don't have to wait on those results to share with somebody who has fibromyalgia and really needs our products. Like, people need these products. So you don't need to you don't want to wait until you lose your 5 or 10 pounds or whatever your results you're looking for is. You don't have to wait on that to share with somebody who needs these products, because almost everything, almost all the health problems we deal with are related to blood sugar, gut health, or inflammation. We know that our products help those three things. So if somebody says, I'm struggling with IBS, then you can just go and Google that, and you can help them with it. You don't necessarily have to have your own results to help somebody else, relieve their pain or get rid of their migraines or whatever. So it's not necessary to wait to get your own results to share the products with people. So that's how I handle that. Somebody says, I don't know anybody. I don't know enough people to do that. I really don't know anybody who needs those products or something like that. Okay. I didn't really know a lot of people either. First of all, I'm very introverted, so I don't like put myself out there. This is out of my comfort zone. I just want y'all to know that. This is hard for me, but I'm doing it because I want to do it. I want to be successful in this business, so I'm out of my comfort zone and I'm doing it. But I didn't know a lot of people either, just because I'm not like Tiffany. Like, I'm not super outgoing. I don't just talk to everybody. When I was growing up, my dad was like that, and I just wanted to hide. He'd be talking to the cashier at Walmart, and I just was thinking, everybody's going to think I'm so weird. He's going to shut up. But I just don't really talk to a lot of people. It's not easy for me to just, like, put myself out there like that. But I'm still doing this business. You don't have to be an extrovert to do this business. I've actually met a lot of people on Facebook. I have team members that I've never even met in person, level ones that I've never even met in person, and they're doing great. So I would just say, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. I am an introvert of introverts, but it's not holding me back, because here's what I found. This business is a great way to meet people. It's a great way to, help you overcome that and learn how to be friendly to people. We should be being friendly to people anyway, just because God tells us to do that. And so this helps me do that. So, and also, it's not always necessarily about who you know. Most of the time it's about who you know knows. It's about who your team knows, right? So you never know who somebody's going to lead you to. So I would say also, this business is a great way to get to know people. And also, I can teach you how I have found my customers and my ambassadors. Even though I didn't really know a ton of people, I've still been successful in the business. Somebody says, I don't want to bug my friends or family. Then I say, great, because I don't want people on my team who like to bug their friends or family. And I don't want to bug my friends or family either. That's not what I do. What I actually do is I find out what people's needs are, and then I try to fill that need with our life-changing products or maybe extra income. So, yeah, I think that's it. That's really the main ones. There's really only a handful. You're going to hear those over and over, and if you can master those, it really just gets easier every single time, and they won't be so intimidating after a while. But you're going to get objections. You just have to know how to handle those. And then don't take no as no. And Tiffany touched on this too. No doesn't mean no forever. It doesn't mean leave me alone and never talk to me again. It probably just means no, not right now. Maybe the timing isn't right. So you just follow up. Follow up is a very important skill that you have to learn in this business. And Tiffany, you talked about follow-up, right? Okay, so I'm not going to go over that again. All right, Fallon, back to you again.
Okay. I like to talk about duplication. It's one of my favorite subjects because it's where the magic starts happening in your team. If you're just selling a bunch of products, you're just a salesperson. You're not building a team, and you're going to have to work to sell hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product, and that's talking to a lot of people. But if you can find some team members that you train to duplicate, which is duplication is training your team to do what you do. So what you do that makes you successful, find some people who want to build a team and then train them to do that. And duplication starts out from the day they enroll. Even if they don't want to work the business, I didn't do this at first, but then what I found was people were wondering how to sign people up because they did it themselves and they weren't really thinking through the process. They weren't doing stuff right. And then they're like, hey, I didn't want to work the business, but my aunt, she wants to join right now, and it's midnight, and I'm laying in bed, and I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, have to get out of bed, help her along. So you just train them from the beginning, even if they don't want to work the business. And then I tell them, I say, I know you don't want to work the business right now, but what I found was it was really hard to not make money in Plexus. Everyone needs a probiotic. Everyone wants to lose weight. So as you're getting results, people are going to ask you how you're getting them. So you want to know how to direct them on your website. So I'll tell them, this is how you join, this is how you shop, and tell them the pros and cons of both. And then walk them through the enrollment process. You're going to show them, get your triplex and then set them up on the auto ship. If they do it on their own, they're going to have a lot of questions. Even when you're walking them through it, they have so many questions, and you're there to answer them instead of them just not knowing and then going on not knowing. You know what they do and do not understand as you're doing it with them. So after you get them all signed up, congratulate them, tell them this is awesome, and you're so excited for them, and so you have a website that looks just like mine. So you can send people there to get their products. You can have them join under you, just like you did. That was joining. That's how you get wholesale pricing. And then walk them through a few things in their back office. Don't overwhelm them with all the different features or what's wrong with the back office or not wrong. Just leave the details out. Just show them a few basic places to go. How to check their commissions. Again, remind them it's hard to not make money, and you make money on your own product. So here's where you're going to go. And then show them how to shop for their monthly order and how to adjust their backup order. Those are the two things that I show them, and that's it. And then sometimes I'll show them the knowledge base, depending how much time they have, so they can find more information about the products. So another thing that you should do is give them an email right away. Email them a checklist. We have a really good checklist, a new ambassador checklist, and I tell people, if you complete this checklist in your first 30 days, I'll give you a t-shirt or a water bottle or something. So you give them the checklist and then work with them through the checklist. This gives them kind of like a guide point on what to do as they're getting started in the business. And if they don't want to work on the business right away, you can give them a checklist on the product. Send them some information about the ProBio 5. Just send them some more detailed, articles and links about the products so they know exactly what they're taking and how the products work. Establish the reason why, if they're working the business or if they're just looking for health goals for now. Help them, see what goals they want to achieve with their health. So if they're working the business, write down their why, because their why is what's going to motivate them through the hard times. And we've all had hard times, and our why is what has driven us to keep going. When I was doing my biggest push in the business and my husband was gone truck driving, I saw him 3 days a month. And I had the 5 kids, and as I was bathing the kids and doing everything myself, just ready to blow something up, then Tiffany or Cody would call, and they were my new ones at the time, and I was helping them go, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do this call. Everyone sit down and eat a cookie. I got a call. And as I did that, it just drove me to not give up, to say I didn't have time. It's like, bam, I'm making time because I want my husband home so I never have to do this ever again. And now he's at home, being Susie Homemaker, making me cookies. So it's nice and it's worth it. It's hard for a while, but let your why drive you. Work on their product testimony. We've talked about this a lot because that's important, because this is based on the products. Help them see that no matter how small their testimony, a lot of people say, oh, I'm only having more energy. Well, great. You know how many people live on energy drinks? You know how many people need energy? I don't care if you post every day about different energy testimonies, We all need more energy, and that's a lot of times the first thing people see, or even sleeping better. it's such a small thing because they want to be free of all their pain. They want to be, down 50 pounds, but enjoy the journey and enjoy all the little health benefits that are happening. Write down their goals for their first 30 days. Getting to silver is a good goal for someone in their first 30 days. If you have a mom, a mother-in-law, and a sister, boom, you're silver in your first day. Just get them to come alongside you on this journey, and it's great to power partner with someone. Because then you just have each other, and you can just link arms and go. And when Brittany and I started, we had each other. So, we can bounce ideas off each other, and it's like a really good friend. So encourage them to find someone to work the business with right away. We've talked about creating a list. That's really important. I know Lori Welch, my sponsor, she was on her way home to California from Tennessee, and she was making down her list, and apparently I was on her list. One of the top 20 people who would be good at the business. So she called me. So call people and be bold. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I think you'd be awesome at this business. And they might say no, but again, they don't know what they're saying no to. I told Lori, I'm like, yeah, sure, send me some information to this email that I never check. And then she followed up with me about Dr. Oz and Garcinia Cambogia and something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get that. Can you email it to this email address? So I wasn't even interested in it at all at first either because I wanted nothing to do with network marketing. I thought it was about parties and people, and I just didn't want any part in that. So I said no at first. But, I'll talk about that. They're all laughing at me. I wasn't really a people person, but that was just because I didn't know I was a people person because my whole life my mom told me I wasn't a people person. But I love people, and I love our events and conventions, and we'll all cry when we leave each other after leaders retreat. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to wait till convention to see each other again. So it's like one of my favorite parts of the business now. So yeah, we have memory joggers. Have them think of everyone they know and add them on friends list. Tiffany had someone who just cleaned a friends list and got rid of thousands of friends. So, get them to add them all back on that friends list.
I was like, you did what? This is a bad time. She's probably
she had like 100 friends or something.
She had, I think, like close to 1,000, and then she had back down to 100 and some. And I said,
we still love you.
And the good news is that's what I started out with. So
yeah, so
okay, girl.
Have them friend everyone on Facebook or whatever social media they do. Get them started on daily activity right away. If they're new, they want to do the business, get them started doing income-producing activity right away while they're excited. The worst thing is to get someone signed up and just have them sit there and they'll say they'll start the business tomorrow. Just show them how easy it is. Just post on Facebook. I don't care if they only do one thing. Celeste Gwen, our double diamond, Jen Hawkins made her post on Facebook once a day. And look at her now. I mean, what's she make? $4 million a year just because someone forced her to post on Facebook. So get them doing their income-producing activity right away. And then teach your team members how to effectively invite people to events. This is so huge. I know Kristen and Lori, they'll do events online, and they'll present the products, they'll present the opportunity, and we're going to start doing more of that as soon as we can get all organized and pulled together here. But that's so important to teach your new team members to be able to invite people to events because they might not know how the triplex works. They might not be health-minded. They just know they lost weight on the products. So by having them learn to invite people to an event, by saying, hey, Susie, my friends are doing something with Plexus. The products are great. They're amazing. This is how it helped me. Would you like to watch it? I can send you the link. Just send them a link and then follow up. Hey, Susie, what did you think about the event last night? Do you have any questions? So just to have them invite people to the events and then have fun with it. This business is about network marketing. This is about people, relationships. So just have fun. Don't see the next goal in mind. When I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, gotta get to silver, gotta get to gold. I'm not hitting gold this month, gotta do it next month. And this time around, when I rebuilt all my belief and did all this personal growth, I didn't even think about it. I didn't look at the back office. And one day I was like, oh my gosh, senior gold, here I come. So just don't focus on those goals. Just have fun with it and help your team get what they want. And in turn, you're going to get what you want. This is, I think, this is the second to last thing we're going to talk about. And it's prepare yourself to lead a team. Like I said, we're building teams here. We want little armies of Plexus people. That's your goal. You don't want a bunch of salespeople just selling product to everyone. You want to raise up leaders. So that's what you're doing, whether you know it or not. As you're building a team, you're raising up leaders. So I think this is the single most important thing you can do, is learn how to be a good leader. You're never going to be a perfect leader, but just continue to educate yourself. John Maxwell's great for that. Every morning when I put on my makeup, I'll push play on my phone and I'll listen to 10 minutes of John Maxwell or any other personal growth and just listen to it as I get ready. Otherwise, life gets busy and I'm like, I don't have time for that, but it's so important to do. I've learned a lot in this business, and it's definitely the best course in personal growth, and I get paid while I'm growing. So it's really been an awesome journey. The 10 E's to be an empowering entrepreneur. Number 1 is ego. You cannot have an ego in this business. Number 1, you're going to face rejection, and you can't get down about it. You can still be humble but confident. So it's not being prideful like, oh, I'm better than everyone. It's just being confident in knowing what you have to offer. So don't let people who don't understand network marketing, people who don't understand the products, because there's going to be people like that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Fallon doing that network marketing thing. Look at her and her Lexus. What if it all falls apart? And they have all these negative things. You don't need to listen to them. Number 1, if something did happen, hello, I'm debt free and we plan to stay that way. So it's always a good idea to just let the naysayers stay back there and just roll their eyes at you. And Celeste, I asked her about that at Leaders Retreat, and she said, yeah, she still has family members who still are so upset that she's doing this, and how dare her, even though she's making all this money and changing so many lives. Some people never change, but then some people, they will come alongside you, and as they see your success, they're going to want a part of that after you've paved the way. Sometimes they just don't know. They just want to see somebody be successful in it. Another thing that I want to throw in there, when you have problems in the business, problems with products or, back office problems, whatever it might be, go up to your upline. Don't ever go down to your downline or your sideline. Just a little bit of negativity can just poison everyone. Your upline is prepared to handle that kind of stuff, and they want to see you succeed, and they'll help you work through that. So, don't be embarrassed if you're having a problem. Your upline wants you to ask questions. That means you're growing, so don't be embarrassed. Energy and excitement. This is super important. Nobody wants to buy Plexus from someone who's just like, oh yeah, I sell Plexus. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. It's a great opportunity, though. I think you should try it. Be confident, be bold, and just know what you're representing, and don't be shy about it. Be excited. Even if it's your 700th time explaining the products to someone, it's your prospect's first time hearing it. So be excited for them, even if you don't feel like being excited. I've done lots of 3-way calls when I don't really feel like being excited, and I'm not real excited about Plexus at the moment. I just want to deal with my kids. But you just kind of just get yourself in the mood and get going with your excitement. Encourage your team. Be an encourager of people. When you have a team, it's really important that they see you encouraging them. Every success, every first customer, every new ambassador, it's exciting. We'll message our team members and like, oh my gosh, you got a new ambassador. That's so exciting. Just encourage them. Post on Facebook when they hit their ranks and their promotions and your sideline, and anyone in any company or any endeavor, just be really encouraging to your friends as you see them succeed. And it's super important. Also, educate your team. Tag them and stuff in the groups. Encourage them to read. That's just the most important thing you can encourage your team to do, is to read books and to grow. If someone is ever stuck in this business, it's because they're not growing themselves. If someone's not getting customers, if someone's not getting ambassadors, it's probably because they need to do some personal growth in their own life. So make sure you encourage them to do that. Equip your team. Equip them to work the business, but don't enable them. Don't do everything for them. And this used to annoy me when our uplines would be like, tell us where to find the answers instead of just dishing out the answers. But I'll tell you, we all know how to find the answers. We Google like crazy, blood sugar and Crohn's, gut health and Crohn's disease, anything with the words blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. Google it, and you'll find your answer. Also the ingredients. Google ingredients along with certain health conditions. Also ethical. Be ethical. Do the right thing. When you're working with someone for 6 months and you're following up, and then you see them suddenly join under someone else, that's kind of discouraging because you've been working with that person. So make sure you ask someone before you give them your I'll pay your join fee or I'll give you a bottle of X Factor deal. Say, hey, are you talking to another Plexus ambassador? And sometimes they'll say yes, someone's trying to get me joined, but I don't want to join her team. There's something going on there. But most of the time, they don't really understand how network marketing works. And right now, you're not going to run into this so much because Plexus is so new. But if there's a lot of friends in a close area, you're going to run into some overlap of people talking to people. So make sure they're not already working with someone who's spent their time on them and you seal the deal. Direct them back to that person and say, I'm sure Susie has the same deal as I have. And lead by example. Never stop recruiting. Never stop building your business. Don't just sit back and collect a paycheck. Number one, it's addicting to work your own business. But the minute you stop or slow down, your team's going to do the same thing. So make sure you stay growing and building your team. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Even if you just have one ambassador under you, you are a leader and you have a team. New blood brings life. When you bring in a new ambassador, is something so exciting to be training that new person, and their excitement as they get their new customers and helping them along is going to just reignite a fire in you of excitement and passion. And the last thing is endure. And I never had it in my mind that I was going to quit. I always knew I would be a diamond, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. No matter what trial we went through, we just, assumed, hey, we're going to make it there one way or another. So just know the grass isn't always greener anywhere else. It's greener where you water it. And if there's a problem with you not being successful, it just lies within you. So work on yourself more than you do on your business. Just work on yourself, and you'll get the results that you want as long as you don't give up.
Thank you, Fallon. That was really good. Okay, so that was like a whirlwind through Network Marketing 101, how to build a big business. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I already do all those things, but I'm still not growing, you still feel like you're struggling, your problem could be belief. Do you really believe in what you're doing? You have to believe in what you're doing if you're going to make it to the top. You have to have a to the core, rock solid, unshakable belief, to where when old John from high school comes and says, "Oh, I tried that Plexus thing, it didn't work." It's not going to get you depressed. It's not going to rattle you. If you really believe in what you're doing, then you can stand up to things like that. So you really need to believe in three things if you're going to make it to Diamond. You have to believe in the products. You have to believe that these products are changing people's lives. You have to believe they are effective and that they are making people healthier. You have to believe that. To the core, believe that. Ask me how I know. It held me back in my business for well over a year. And once I overcame that hurdle, I really just ran with it. I really did. But it did hold me back. And it can hold you back if you don't have the rock solid belief. I mean, I tried to go off of other people's belief. I tried to just use my mind to just kind of, think logically about it. And of course it's working, but it was a struggle until I internalized that. And I really had to believe it in my heart. I really now believe in what I'm doing to the core. I believe it. And it changed my business. It really did. You also have to believe in this opportunity. You have to believe in this opportunity so strongly. You have to believe network marketing is a better way. You have to believe in it so much that you almost think that if somebody doesn't want to do it, that they're crazy. Okay? You have to believe in it that much. You have to believe that everybody you know should be doing this with you. You have to believe that it can change people's lives. You can't, if you don't 100% believe that, then you're going to shy away from telling people about that. Or you might feel guilty for telling people about that. Okay? You're going to be worried about what they think about you or whatever. So you have to believe in this opportunity. And then number 3, you have to believe in yourself. If you could be your own worst enemy and not realize it. If you don't believe you have what it takes to be a diamond, then you're probably not going to get to diamond. But you have to change your thoughts. You can't let your thoughts sabotage your success. If you're constantly having negative self-talk, then you're going to, even if it's subconscious, if you constantly think, I can't do this, or I'm just so stupid, or I'm slow, or I'm not growing fast enough, or nobody wants to join me, or everybody's quitting, those things, your thoughts can literally become reality. That's just science. And there's a really good book about that called Switch on Your Brain that takes the Bible actually and takes scripture and shows how science proves what God already said thousands of years ago. So your thought life is extremely important, and you got to clean it up. You can't talk negative about yourself to yourself. You have to believe that you have what it takes to make it to diamond. You have to believe that. And if you're struggling with that, then get with your sponsor, and you guys need to work through those issues together. Come to me, send me a message, and I can help you work through it because I've been through it. I actually did a whole training about this. It's in Pink Power Team if you want to go watch it. All about belief and how to build it up. It's not like impossible to fix. So if you are struggling with belief, there is a cure, and you can build it up. It takes effort, it takes time, and work on your part, but you can remedy that. You can build your belief up. So you have to have that, to take your business to the next level. So if you do have belief, then like I said earlier, you're not going to feel guilty about the price. So you're not going to shy away when somebody says, oh, that's too expensive. You're going to know how valuable it is. If you really believe in the products, you're not going to get depressed if somebody doesn't have overnight success with the products. We all want our family and friends to be like, oh, yeah, let's change your life, right? It doesn't happen like that for everybody. Some people it does, but it takes time for most people. And so if you really believe in what you're doing, you believe in these products, that's not going to get you depressed, okay? And then if you really believe in what you're doing, you're not going to let obstacles hold you back. You're going to have obstacles. You will. Back office issues, obstacle. Okay, I admit it. It's an obstacle. It is. But it's not one that can't be overcome. You know what? As soon as we're done with this obstacle, there's going to be another one. You can't let obstacles hold you back. You can't let product changes hold you back. There's going to be all kind of obstacles. If there's not one, it'll be a different one. So once you get through one, they're just going to keep coming. It doesn't matter what area of life you're in. There's obstacles when you're raising your kids, right? Does that mean you don't think it's worth it to raise a kid just because you encounter difficulties when you're raising kids? Of course not. Anything worth doing is not going to be easy. So it's going to be challenging. If it wasn't challenging, then everybody would be a diamond, okay? But you all can do it. Every single one of you took the time to come here. That means that you have a desire to succeed in this business, and you can do it. You can. You have to believe that you can, but you can do it. Anybody can who has a desire. So, all right, I hope you guys all got something out of that. I know it was really fast, and I hope with other trainings we can go really into depth on some of these topics. But that was kind of an overview of basic things you need to know to build big in this business. So at this time, we want to take a few questions. Anybody have any questions? You want to come up here with me? I'm sure somebody's going to ask something.
You're so funny.
We don't know all the answers, but we'll do our best.
You can do it.
Yes.
Yes.
How long does it take to get the sample packs when you order them? Is that
Which sample packs are you talking about?
I'm not sure?
The
Are you talking
Plexus
about
ones?
Are you talking about the ones that I just held up that she
Yeah.
got around? She
Yeah.
actually
Like the card or
Oh
the
my
sample
God.
pack?
She's got several.
Pass that around. The little
Yeah.
samples you made.
She carries this stuff
This or this?
everywhere.
These are the samples from Plexus, and then we make up our own. Show them that. We order these cards on Etsy, and we pop one of those on there. And there's several different ones that you can get. This is from SJ Plexus, and Graphics Nanny has some too.
So that stick pack, it does not come with the stick pack. You buy a bag of Slim and put it on there.
What do you use to put it on here? Rubber cement or?
Double-sided tape.
I just roll the
Oh,
tape
great,
into a roll and
great,
pop it on.
Double-sided tape.
I know, I'm all
Is
cheapo.
there a place where we could get those resources?
Yeah, they're in Pink Power. We have posted them here
I'll
and there.
tag you.
Yeah.
We could even do like
Are there some of these in the back office? There's some of these in your back office now.
We need a file. Is there a file?
There's not a file, but there's not a
We
file
need
that
to
has just them
organize it.
all.
We're growing too fast to organize
We
it.
have them in there. They're just in different places.
Yeah, I will
So
send
we'll
an
work on
Excel.
tonight. Yeah.
In our back
And getting
office,
all
where
this
are they
down
at,
there.
Daisha?
They're under the library and resources.
Okay.
Somewhere. I remember seeing them just recently, like
wonder
last
if they
week.
just added
But
that.
they have little
Okay.
that.
Well,
That's
somebody posted something the other day that they said this is where you go for something, and on my back office that still says it's under construction. So is everybody's back office not being updated at the same rate?
Did you see the date on the post? Because
Yeah. I mean, it was. It was a recent.
As soon as you log in at the bottom left, there's like My Plexus
My
Print or
Plexus
something.
Print.
You just click on that little picture at the bottom.
Right. Like they were talking about how to go and find a different place for the reports, the commission reports.
Oh yeah, that's on there.
Okay,
Should
but
be.
mine,
I can help you with
tried
it. We'll help right
yesterday.
on here in a minute.
Okay.
I'll show you.
And what I forgot to say earlier is that when I do approach people out, these have really changed my life with approaching people, because I found that before I was having such a tough time, because I was like, well, it's like this blood sugar and your gut health and inflammation, and people are like, and I'm like, yeah. And so I'm like, this is a great product. It's really changing lives. Let me leave you with some great information. And we just printed these out. It talks about the triplex. It talks about, let me fill you in. It gives the ingredients for Slim. And then, I ordered some of these off Etsy, and these are just an overview of all the products that we do offer, because I tell people about, there's a multivitamin Mega X2. Also, there's triplex brochures now that I got that I'll actually add in here as well, just to kind of show people.
These are on sale right now too.
And yeah,
from
all
Graphics
of these
Nanny.
are on sale right
You
now.
get 100
like
for $20.
100 for $20.
And that's
So-
where's that?
That's on Graphics Nanny
Nanny.
on Etsy. We'll post that in the hour.
Is
Yeah.
there anything that's like the brochure that's online that you can just email to someone?
that packet right here, this
We have the
document,
file.
it's like a file. I can send it to you. I send that to
Yeah,
people if
that's-
they ask for more info. That's what I send.
That's what I send too. I'll send it in an email, that info right there.
Another thing you can do too, Debbie, is if you I'm talking to somebody about the triplex, and I would go to my website, find the triplex combo, and then just send them the link right to that one. And then, like, you can go when you go to your website, you click on the triplex combo. There's a little button that says more info. And so I just click on that, and then send them that
Resources to
link
help
and
people
tell us
that
all
they've
kinds of
ever
stuff
used
about
like
your
that.
triplex.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I'm like brand new, so this is probably something that like when you go on the website you can find out within like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
How customizable is it? Like if you know code and stuff, you can go ahead and like mess with it, or no?
I don't know that.
You can. The website they give you is the website they give you, but if you want to design a front page, so you can go to jamiesplexus.com and it'll be like all this special stuff with your special testimony. As long as you have a click shop now button that directs to the Plexus site that they give you, you can do that.
And you do get that approved, because I had mine approved.
Okay,
Through
you have one like that?
compliance. Well, it's a work
Okay.
in progress.
Yeah.
But remember, I was starting
Yeah.
the blog, but I had to write it all out and just send it into compliance, and it was an easy approval. But it just gave you peace of mind that you're deleting stuff later.
My last question.
You have your
You can't ask what do you do about the people who go online, Google, and they come up with all the negative stuff? Because there's negative about
Fight back.
there's negative
First, you message your
about-
upline and you're like, "Oh my gosh, someone found that website again," and we're like, "Blah."
I love it, yeah.
And then we calmly.
She was an ambassador, and she got kicked out for being unethical. And so now her life's mission.
I know her personally.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, Facebook personally.
Okay, well, her life's mission now is to take down Plexus. And so she actually does have a whole blog about why Plexus is horrible, blah, 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 blah. And she pays Google a lot of money to be at the
if you
top.
search
Somebody
through
Googles
it,
Plexus,
it's not even
that's the
search
first
through
thing
it.
they do.
Easy
It's
search.
like right there, and she
And that's
says
the first thing that comes up.
Are you
So
storing?
there's a video
Yeah.
that you can
Okay.
send them that explains
I
that whole
won't say
blog
what
post.